After 12 months of living in Vietnam now, I finally moved out of my apartment and into a house. That is right, guys. This place only costs 900 USD a month. Is it worth it? Well, we're gonna find out. So in this video, I'm gonna show you guys the house. I'm gonna explain how I moved into a house, how you can possibly move into a house, and we're gonna see if it is worth it at all, guys. Let's go and check it out. Hello, welcome to Vietnam Cribs. As you're in from the entrance, right here we have some space for parking our cars, or our bikes I should say, which is really, really nice. It's super convenient being able to park our bikes literally right inside the house in this space. Because some of the inconveniences of an apartment, which I'll go through with you guys later once I show you my old place compared to the new place. We're able to put all our shoes here as well. There is heaps of space. We've got 2 bikes. You could probably even fit 3 bikes in here. 4 if you're pushing it a little bit, to be honest. We've got some space to hang up all our raincoats, jackets, jumpers. As we walk in, guys, this is the living space. We do have like a fan air conditioning system up here, which is quite nice. And it actually came decorated already, so we've got a bunch of paintings in the house, which is actually quite nice. As we walk through, this is pretty much like an extra little space here that leads into the dining area, the kitchen area, I would say. There's a good amount of storage space. We even brought our own robot vacuum as well. This is from our old apartment, so it cleans the kitchen floor, which is quite handy. And we do have a vanity, bathroom, honestly even a shower downstairs as well, if you could call that. Making our way into the kitchen space. This came with it as well. Dining table, 4 chairs, which is perfect. This also came with it, a refrigerator, quite a large space as well. This is something I absolutely love. We actually finally have a kitchen, or I finally have a kitchen. Electric stove, heaps of cabinet space, sink, and this is a bonus as well. We've got a dryer and a washer here as well. My old apartment, this was upstairs and shared, whereas this one, I literally have it all to myself, which is I can wash dry clothes at any point in time. Let's make our way upstairs. We've got 4 bedrooms, which is crazy. I'm actually living with my girlfriend and also one of my good mates as well, so we're sharing rooms. One of my mate's rooms, I won't go through that, just for his privacy. Over here we have a spare bedroom, so this is what one of the bedrooms look like. We're actually just using it for storage right now. As you can see, we have not cleared out everything yet, but right out there is a balcony. I'll show you what my room looks like, which is pretty much identical to this almost. This is what all the bathrooms look like pretty much. Sink. This is the Vietnamese style. They love having everything together, and it's a hell of a lot easier to clean when that is the case. But we've got 2 shower heads. We've got the toilet in there. And the great thing about these floors, they dry super, super quick. Literally right after a shower, I'm gonna say 5-10 minutes, the floors are pretty much dry, clean, so you can go to the toilet without getting your feet wet, which is one of the things I hate about a lot of Vietnamese apartments, houses. Everything is together, but the flooring that they've added into here dries up super quick. Let's continue to go upstairs. So these next 2 rooms are mine. I'm gonna show you my office first, but this is what my office is looking like. This didn't come with it. I had to buy my own desk and chair. We're probably gonna get like a little sofa bed in here as well. So if I have family coming over or friends wanna come over and stay over as well, that is an option to just pull out the sofa bed, or we can just use it as a space. If no one's staying over, to chill, read a book. All the rooms come with air conditioning as well. These are super ridiculously strong systems, and something that's absolutely blowing my mind is the electricity costs compared to an apartment. I'll share more with you guys in a little bit about that. But yeah, air conditioning, much needed here in Vietnam, every single room. This is my room right here, guys, me and my partner's room. This is probably the biggest room as well, and this one came fully furnished pretty much. As you walk in from the door, on my right here, plenty of storage space. Plenty. And when you're living with a girl, as most of you guys might know, they have so many clothes, so many products that they've got to use and just keep, that I definitely needed the extra storage space. This is our bathroom right here. Once again, they're all the exact same setup. Sink, double shower head, toilet. This one did come with this little makeup station for the missus. Extra storage space there as well. It already came with the bed frame. This is our mattress, bought our own pillows and whatnot. And like I said, most of the house is already decorated, so it's pretty cool. This is the balcony. It's a nice little touch. Not the biggest balcony in the world, let's be honest, but it's enough to look over the streets of Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Now I'm going to break down exactly what the figures are of renting the house, and I'll go through the pros and cons of staying in a house compared to an apartment, every little detail that you might be worried about or you're just interested in about. Now I'm going to take you guys through my old apartment and what that actually looked like. So my old apartment was a little studio, and the entire building only had 8 rooms in it, which is actually very, very nice compared to these massive condos or apartments that have 20, 30, 40, even 50 rooms at times. The elevator can get a little bit hectic and just a lot of people going in and out, which is a little bit inconvenient. But my old apartment studio, pretty much as soon as you walk in, you can see everything. On the left, you'd have the bathroom, you'd have the toilet and the shower, which was separate, which is quite nice. And then on the right, you would have a little bit of storage space for my clothes. There'd be a couch, mini little table. You'd have like a kitchenette, a sink, and with a portable little cooker. On the left, you'd have a refrigerator, a tiny little work desk, tiny ass little TV, some windows as well. And then my bed would be there on the right. And then there was a little balcony as well, a little bit bigger than what I have here, but still not looking onto much. And as you go upstairs, that's where the washer and dryer was. Thankfully, there wasn't too many people in the building. Like I said, only about 8 rooms. So I would still have to wait at times, but it wasn't as crazy as what I can imagine these bigger apartments to be. So that's what my old apartment looked like. I'm gonna go through why I left the apartment life and in turn chose to live in a house. That is not something many expats do, many foreigners do, a lot of locals do, but I'll go through why I left. So things that were good about the apartment lifestyle. Overall, it is cheaper than the house, less maintenance. I only have 1 room to clean pretty much, but I moved into that apartment alone. So when you live by yourself, as a guy mainly, a studio apartment is literally all that you need. We don't own much stuff. We're pretty much minimalist, or at least I am. So I didn't need much. But as time progressed and as my girlfriend moved in with me, things got a little bit more hectic. Now you've got 2 people living in a smaller space. You've got more clothes, you've got more products laying out everywhere. One person might want to sleep a little bit longer, and one person has to be more quiet as they wake up a little bit earlier. Things were starting to conflict a little bit, and that would overlap with my work life. My personal life took more preference. And if you guys are fans of me, apologies, I have not been posting a hell of a lot of content. That might have a little bit to do with it. You know, I'm not gonna put any of the blame on my girlfriend moving in, but when everything is in one, your personal life, your workspace, things can get a little bit out of control. I got a little bit more lazy and I just didn't focus as much on the YouTube videos, putting out content for you guys, but more so on my personal life. And I nailed it down to a few things. The limited space for sure. My bed was a couple feet away from my work desk where I would normally work. It was hard to work from home, to be honest. Some other things I didn't like: less privacy. Obviously, you're sharing an entire building with other people. Catching the elevator, you'd meet people up and down. You know, it can get a little bit annoying, can get a little bit frustrating. Noise is a big thing as well. Thankfully, my room was on a floor. Each room was on sort of a floor, so you don't hear too much noise. But as people catch the elevator or they walk up this flight of stairs, you could hear them, which isn't too great, you know? So all in all, with my contract winding down, my partner moving in, honestly just the limited space, not being able to fully focus on work because everything was pretty much one, I decided either we're gonna go out and get a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment, or we're gonna go and find a house, which was an alternative that I was not honestly suspecting or thinking of. Until I broke down what the costs look like, and another good friend of mine who lived in Vietnam, his contract was expiring at his place as well. So we had a discussion and we decided to actually all move in together. And it actually saves a lot of money if you can get an entire house and share it between your partner, a friend, or some roommates. So I'm gonna break down the exact cost of my old apartment compared to the new house that I'm living in now. Cost of my original apartment, the studio, was 10 million a month for rent. Electricity was around about 800,000 a month as well. That's on average. How my old place figured the electricity out was, honestly, it's a little bit of a scam, and I'll go through why I'm not too big of a fan of apartments, because a lot of them do this. So per kilowatt that you use, so let's say on 1 month I'm at 800, and then by the end of the month I'm at 900, those 100 kilowatts, I had to pay 4,000 Vietnamese dong on that. And I'll explain what the government actually charges you for electricity here and how they're actually scamming us, or they were scamming me at least. But I'll come back to that when I talk about the price of the house. Water at my old place cost 200 4,000 Vietnamese dong per person that lived in the house, or the apartment I should say. Internet at that place was free, it was already included. So the total came out to around about 11 million a month on average. All in all, I think that's a super reasonable cost for 1 or 2 people living in the place as well. Studio, that's a great way to sort of live on a little bit of a budget. 11 million, honestly, I think is a great price. Now, in terms of the house I'm living in now, the rent is 22 million per month, more than double of what the studio apartment was costing. Electricity, I've been here for around about a month now, and electricity costs around 1 million per month. This is where these landlords get you, where they earn extra money on top. You see, at the apartment, I was paying 4,000 Vietnamese dong per kilowatt, but the electricity only costs around about 1 to 1.5 thousand Vietnamese dong per kilowatt. So they're charging you triple to 4 times what it should be costing you. I have heard some information that apparently these places should not be doing this, especially this year. Vietnam has become super strict and they're laying the law down on a lot of these scammers, just trying to clean up the image for Vietnam. I read an article that these landlords should not be doing this to you anymore. And you can actually go to the police and actually file a report and get them in trouble. From just my understanding, they are literally scamming us for more and more money. So that's something to be wary of, that if you want to get an apartment, you're going to pay more electricity than what you would as a homeowner or renting a house. Also, water. Apparently water is ridiculously cheap. I don't know how they run their numbers, but for the month, it's only costed us 100,000 Vietnamese dong for the month. For water, showering, everything. We don't use it as drinking water. You should not be drinking Vietnamese tap water. We buy our own water. But 100,000 for the month is crazy. I did not imagine it would be that cheap. Once again, my old apartment, for one studio, was charging me 200,000 per person. So they're making more money off you every single month. But we do have to pay for our own internet. We went through Viettel and we got this super high speed, or maybe the strongest package, which was 300,000 a month. And we paid that for 6 months, and every 6 months we'll just renew. But including that, we also got 2 cameras. So we installed our own security cameras outside and inside the house for extra security. That is something my old apartment already had. Downstairs, where we parked all our bikes, there were some security cameras, but we added that in, and that included with the internet, 3 different modems, 1 downstairs, 1 middle, and 1 up top as well. 300,000. Honestly, crazy prices. So in total, the cost of my old apartment was 11 million, and everything on average each month in the new house is going to cost 23,400,000 Vietnamese dong a month. So obviously the cost of the apartment in total is going to be a hell of a lot cheaper than the house. But this is the kicker. When I was paying for the apartment, I paid that everything on my own, which was about 11 million. Whereas the house now, I'm living with my girlfriend and I'm living with another good mate of mine. So we split the costs 3 ways. So I'm looking at 7.8 million, let's say 8 million on average per month. So I'm saving 3 million a month, which works out well. Savings is savings. But I'll let you guys in on a little secret. We were supposed to have 1 more person living with us. So that would have been 4 people. Unfortunately, that fell through, so it's only 3 of us right now. But still, 7.8 million per month is still pretty solid. Ideally, with the 4th person, we'd be saving an extra 2 million, 2.5 million a month, which would have been perfect. But the biggest thing is you want to make sure your roommates are actually some people that you're able to live with. You know, you're not going to get into arguments. You guys are all cleaning together. All these little things can break relationships and just ruin friendships and can be quite toxic. So make sure if this is a viable option, you choose the right people. Pros of a house in Vietnam: kitchen space, living room space, washer, dryer, personal parking, personal space, privacy. I'm able to have friends, host friends if I want to. And the great thing is if my parents come over, if my sister or family and friends come over from Australia or wherever, I have an extra living room or a living space for them to come in, chill, and stay as well. So that's an extra bonus. But the biggest one was for me, having a better workspace. Having my own office now, separate from the living room, I'm able to put more time and dedicate to more videos coming your way. Now there are some downsides, okay? I want to keep this realistic. It's not everything is incredible. There are some downsides. Inconveniences, or the downsides I've encountered so far, is more cleaning. I have to clean more regularly. If it's just 1 room, 1 floor, 1 bathroom, pretty much that 30 minutes, an hour, done. Whereas this place, every 2nd day, every 3rd day, I've got to vacuum, clean, mop. So it's a little bit more work. So more cleaning, more maintenance, and more bugs. This is something was not expecting. This house is actually brand new. They literally just built this house. And in my mind, brand new houses should not have bugs, but we found some cockroaches. We've also found some just like little bugs coming through. But I think with the gate that we have outside, there are some gaps up top, and sometimes we might leave a window open just for the air to circulate. And that's when these bloody suckers come in. And that's why we're finding here and there, we find these bugs we have to kill and whatnot. So maybe we'll figure out some ways to block up the windows, to block up the ceilings, to make sure that these suckers don't get in the house. But yeah, a little bit of a shock seeing more bugs, insects that we have to go ahead and kill. Security considerations, everyone seems to be super friendly. We met some of the neighbors. They all seem relatively nice. Some of them are typical Vietnamese aunties, sort of nosy a little bit, but comes with the territory. It's Vietnam, you know what I mean? Everyone seems super lovely, and I don't think we're gonna have any troubles with security. That was one thing playing on my mind, but everything has been perfect so far. We're actually in Binh Thanh as well. I don't think I've mentioned the district. Binh Thanh is a huge district, but we're still close to the city. District 1, not too far away from the airport, about 20-25 minutes from the airport with traffic. On a bike, I might be able to get there in 15, just zooming through, no traffic, so nothing too bad. We're pretty much still close to the city center, close to the hub. Now you guys might be wondering, how do I find a house, Dave? How do I even find an apartment? Well, it's actually super simple. So in Asia and Vietnam specifically, they still use Facebook a lot. There are Facebook groups for socializing, for honestly anything that you can think of. But we use the Facebook groups in order to find this house and rent the place. And it is literally as easy as typing in house for rent in Ho Chi Minh City, or in Vietnamese, it might be nhà cho thuê. You can type any phrases that you're looking for, and a whole host of groups will come up. Once you join these groups, there will be listings literally every single day, every single hour, something new will come up. It took us about 3 weeks to find this house, so honestly, that is pretty quick. Make sure that you meet the real estate agents, and if you're gonna go through with obviously signing the contract, the landlord's there for a house or an apartment, make sure everything is read through properly and just do your due diligence. All in all, moving into a house wasn't just all about having more space. It changed how I live day to day in Vietnam. I have a room to work. I'm able to host friends, families if they come. I have more time and space to build my business. And I can actually feel like I've officially settled here in Vietnam. I've been here for about 15 months now, and I call Vietnam home. When I got a bike and started driving around, it definitely felt more like home. But now that I'm in an actual house, not in an apartment, I feel even more at home in Vietnam than I've ever felt before. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope I helped you guys out as well. And let me know what you guys think about the house, the price, compared to an apartment in the comments as well. I'll see you guys in the next one.